Road Dog here. I'm sitting here, man. I tell you what, Greg the Hammer Valentine, thank you, sir, for this interview. I appreciate it. He was one of my favorite wrestlers back in the 80s and 90s, even back early 70s. And also his dad that I'd like to talk to you about, Johnny Valentine. Now he started 67
Before
to
that,
75 before that.
yeah, he was in the 50s.
Okay.
Yeah. He went down to Brazil. I think it was Brazil, or Argentina, one of those countries in South America. That was like really, really early. That was like right after I was born or something. It's the 40s or early 50s. And he broke his leg in there. But they broke his leg, and he went back to Miami. He rode on a Greyhound bus all the way back to Seattle with a broken leg. So that's how he started. But he started in the 50s. So he had a long career until 1975. He was in a plane crash. Yeah,
I read.
plane crash, yeah.
Yeah, what happened with the plane crash? That
The
kind
guy
of
ran out of gasoline just before. They were flying from Charlotte to North Carolina, to Wilmington, North Carolina, and just before they got to Wilmington and they could see the runway and everything, and it ran out of gas. Crashed into the trees and hit a railroad embankment, so it crossways. So all the seats came forward. My dad was up front, and the pilot's head went through the windshield. My dad caught, he broke both of his hands, keep it to broken, and it went through the windshield. But all these guys, like Flair was behind him and somebody else, and they all hit his back, broke it 3 places.
So that is the plane crash that Flair talks about also.
Yeah,
Where he broke his back. Okay. I was wondering how all that went, because I didn't know about your dad until I read it, and I was like, so I was
Flair
curious.
was a lot younger, and plus he was him and my dad had changed seats or something, because Flair didn't ride up front, so my dad got up front. I know it was the way they turned out, but Flair ended up hurt. I broke his back too, but he was 20 years younger.
Yeah. How old was your dad at the time?
47.
47.
47.
Man, he broke his back too, eh?
But he was in great shape. He ran all the time, walked all the time.
Well, like I told you, I used to work at Cobo Hall, Cobo Arena.
Oh, Detroit. Okay.
Yes. And big time wrestling back then,
Yeah, the Sheik was a promoter.
Yeah. Bobo Brazil and Dick the Bruiser. And
Yeah.
I remember seeing your dad wrestle, but I cannot say who he wrestled or whatever,
Right. He wrestled Bobo a lot, Sheik a lot. Yeah, he was a mainstay there.
Do you know how the Sheik did that flame deal? Do you know how he did
It
it?
was some kind of, you can buy that shit in a store now or somewhere. Shoot some kind of liquid.
Is it?
Shot out.
And see you do it.
Back then, it was kind of like nobody knew about it.
Yeah.
He got it from Hollywood or something, and
So it didn't, I know it didn't burn you, but the effect that it looked.
it looked. Well, it could. It could burn you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was a flame.
So they had to stay away so far to keep from getting
But he
burned.
was a master at that. So he'd zap you.
I'm sure you wrestled at Cobo too.
Yeah, I wrestled Cobo, but I was, preliminary matches or something.
Now, when you were there, who were you known as?
I came in, the Sheik gave me the name Babyface Nelson.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then later on, I met up with Don Fargo, and he was going to go to Buffalo, New York. He wanted me to be his partner. So, I was not doing that well by myself, and I hated that name, Babyface Nelson. So he asked the Sheik, and Sheik said, yeah, I'll take him outside. I became Johnny Fargo. So we were Don and John Fargo, and we went to the Buffalo, New York territory, which was Rochester, New York. We went to Pittsburgh, and so it was a good territory. Cleveland, Ohio.
What territory was that?
It was called the NWF.
Okay, yeah.
Pedro Martinez for the cigar. He looked like the typical promoter, but he was a promoter there. But we drew tremendous crowds, and I mean, back in, I'm just a young kid, and I'm making $1,500 a week. It's crazy.
That was great, yeah.
Yeah. So, but
I mean, you're talking late, early, mid-70s?
70 to 73.
Okay.
And I learned a lot from him, and I learned tag team. He'd take a slam, I'd take a slam, and so I just learned the psychology of wrestling. When I was with the Sheik, he never taught me anything, but I did learn Bobo Brazil. I wrestled him several times. He'd help. All these guys helped me out. So it's a long process, but plus watching my dad all the time down in Texas, sitting at ringside watching him, I learned a lot just watching.
Just watching, yeah.
Yeah.
What did your dad think about you going into wrestling? Did he not want
At first, he didn't want me to, but I said, please, please. So he sent me to Calgary, and that's before I went to the Sheik. Yeah, Stu Hart.
Yeah.
And boy, I suffered up there. It was freezing cold, and he never really taught me that much. He had me down in his basement. He'd push me around, and he didn't show me all that much, but just pushing around. And I just started right into the ring, didn't know what the fuck, excuse me. I didn't know what the shit
was
I
he
was
trying
doing.
to do? Just show you basics? Or?
Yeah, just basics.
Just basics?
Just how to hook up. How to take a bump backwards. Those were the basics, right?
Yeah.
How to take a bump backwards and keep your head tucked, and then land with your feet and your hands like that, taking bumps like that.
Yeah.
So he pushed me down. So it was all good. It was the basics. But Stu wasn't wrestling anymore then. Bret Hart was, I think he was 10 years old. He kept staring at me. But so it was good. And that's where I broke in. Then went to the Sheik. I called my dad up, so I can't take it up here anymore. They even had me refereeing some matches. That's why I said I ain't staying to be a freaking referee.
Yeah, really.
So my dad got me out there, and I went to the Sheik. Stayed with the Sheik for a while, and then of course hooked up with Don Fargo. That was good for me. He was crazy, but I learned how to really work, how to wrestle.
Now, where was Don Fargo at?
Well, I met him in the Sheik's territory.
Oh, okay.
So we hooked up and went to Buffalo, and we did all those towns up there, Cleveland, Buffalo, Rochester, Utica, Albany, New York. So it was a good time. Then we finally went to Amarillo because Buffalo closed up. And we went to Amarillo, worked for the Funks. I was there when we were having a big party one night at the Funks, Dory Funk Sr.'s house. And the poor guy had a heart attack because he was pushing around with some shooter guy. I can't remember his name. And he had a heart attack. He died that night. It was terrible. But Terry Funk, Dory Funk were always good friends, very helpful to me. I just saw Dory Funk at a signing in St. Louis 3 or 4 months ago. And he's not all there, but he's still alive. I said, Dory, do you remember me? And he goes, yeah, just, but he's not all there.
Yeah.
Dementia set in or something.
Well, how old is he now? I mean,
Well, he's got to be, I'm 75, so he's got to be 10 years older than me.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So my mind's not gone yet.
Yeah, I always liked the Funks, Terry Funk.
Terry was fabulous guy, and he always made you laugh and everything. And
Yeah, I met him a few times back in the day, when I went from Kobo going as a kid to actually working there. And but when I was a kid, the coolest thing was Andre put me up on his shoulder for a picture, and he was hanging onto my, scared the crap out of me, man. But my mom's got that picture, and I haven't seen it in a while. But it was pretty cool to meet him. I've met him a couple of times.
And Terry Funk was great. He just passed away.
Yes.
Sad. And well, he used to, when I lived in the Tampa Bay area, him and his wife came over and had dinner with Julie and my wife Julie, and it was sad when he passed away. I did see him one time in Los Angeles about just a year before he passed away. I really don't know why he passed away, but
That's a couple years ago. Wasn't it?
yeah, I don't know why he passed away. Well, his wife died, and then he just he lost it.
Now, he had a ranch down in Texas, did he not?
Hammer.
Yeah,
It's called Canyon.
yeah.
But what a great guy. And Dory's a great guy, but he didn't have the personality that Terry did, though. Oh, my God. Terry was both of them were world champions for a while. And
So did they teach you a lot when you got into it? Because it sounded like you throwed in sink or swim, really, from Stu.
yeah, sink or swim. I never learned shit. And I never learned shit with the Sheik either.
Yeah.
But when I was with Don Fargo, I learned a lot.
Okay.
And then I started out on my own. We got into ordinance, so I left and I went to work for Fritz, Von Erich, and Dallas. And then from there, I got booked in Atlanta. And then Jack Briscoe saw me, and the world champion at the time, he brought me to Florida, and that's when I really learned. Eddie Graham ran Florida.
Yeah.
And he always helped the guys, and we would talk about our match before, not really planned it, but we said, well, certain spots, and we put them together and learned how to put them together. And I learned a lot in Florida, and it's just fabulous. And I learned so much in Florida. Then they put me with Louis Tillett to go to Los Angeles. So I came to Los Angeles for Michael Bell, Olympic Auditorium, Channel 13 we were on in LA, and they actually gave me the belt there, America's champion. Worked with John Tolis and all these guys, and some of the Mexican guys. It was fabulous. Then I left and went to Oklahoma, and then for Bill Watts. I hated that because of the long trips, but then I got set up in Florida again. And that's when I really hooked up with Dusty Rhodes, and I was there.
It had to be drooling for you guys to do all the trips and running.
Oh my God.
Working
Oklahoma
so many
was
days.
crazy. We only had one day off in Oklahoma, and all these long trips. There was no flying. It was like, at least in Florida, we could, if we had, we did TV in Tampa, and then Miami ran that night, like on a Wednesday. We did TV, and then we'd all pitch in and buy rent an airplane, not buy one, rent an airplane, and fly to Miami, do the thing down there, and then fly back to Tampa, where we all live. That being said, finally I find out that my dad was the plane crash, crippled him, and they kept calling me to come up there, and they had position, Ray Valentine, son of Johnny Valentine, and there was a big spot for me to go, but I was happy in Florida. I knew this was going to be a lot of pressure, and I went, and I'm glad I did, because, right after that, they tagged me with Flair, and, I started making some big money, and this is 76, 77, 78 with Flair. Oh my God. Big house. I mean, fantastic.
Now that would have been before the Four Horsemen, right?
Yeah.
Back then, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it made that, yeah. It was me and Flair and World Tag Team Champions against Ovi and Gene Anderson. Boy, I learned a lot there. And George Scott was the booker, and Jimmy Crockett, promoter, David Crockett. You know, you can still see a lot of those matches on YouTube. Me and Flair and everything. But you know what? Finally, and this is like 1978, 79. George Scott brings me in the office and he goes, I'm going to send you to New York. And I go, I don't want to leave New York. But he says they need some talent up there. And it's a good position for you. So I went up to New York, started making TVs and stuff. And Vince McMahon Sr. was a main promoter, Vince Jr., the one you see. We don't see him anymore, or use the announcer. And he gave me he says, you need a hole. Right down was a backward suplex, dropped the elbow. He says, you need a hole. So he gave me the figure 4 leg lock. And they showed me how to put it on in the dressing room. So I started, like 3 months of TV, all they saw was me wrestling these different guys, call them jabronis, if that's a bad word. I put the figure 4 on them, and then they bring out a stretcher and drag put them on that stretcher. Yeah. So talk about heat, that got that hole over. And when I finally went to New York to wrestle Bob Backlund, he was the world champion at the time, he goes, that figure 4 leg lock. Every time I go out there, just grab a guy's leg, the people go, it was old. The first match I ever had, Madison Square Garden, Bob Backlund, world champion. He was not easy to work because he was a shooter. The only shooter I knew that was really easy to work with was Jack Briscoe. He was really easy. Or maybe Jerry Briscoe too, but so we went 1 hour in Broadway in Madison Square Garden. Matt Seldick, they got me over. Bob Blackman was really hard to work with, but after about 25 minutes, he got tired. Because he'd flop bailing. So I got in and held it down, and, I had a lot of good matches after that. That started my career in New York. I went back and forth after I was there about a year. Then I went back to Carolinas, Mid-Atlantic, then went back to New York again, back to the Carolinas. You can't do that nowadays. And then I went back to New York in 85. And that's when I got the Intercontinental belt. I broke Tito Sampera's leg.
You broke a few legs.
Yeah. Well, before that, I forgot. I broke Jay Strombo's leg. Went back to Charlotte, and then I came back. Then I broke Tito's leg. Then he gave me the championship belt. Then I went a couple hour-long Broadways. No, not hour. Yeah, not Broadway with Hogan, but I did wrestle. But actually, he caught me quick 1, 2, 3, and then he yelled at me. He goes, "Greg, put that figure 4 on me." Now, this is a big guy with 3 hands. But I got the figure 4 on him, so he did me a favor. He sold my hole. But I was there a long time. Then after that, dropped the title back. Me and Tito had a 3-year run, and we went all over the country. That's when we were going to New York, to LA, to Seattle, we name it, out here in Vegas. Finally, I dropped the belt back to Tito. Then me and Brutus tagged out. Brutus Beefcake became the world tag team champion in Philadelphia. Had a great run also. He treated me very good there. I was treated real good.
Now, didn't you wrestle Santana in one of the WrestleManias?
Yeah. Wait a minute.
2, maybe.
Well, WrestleMania 1, because they didn't want to, because I had the belt at that time, they didn't want to blow off the angle, so I wrestled Junkyard Dog instead.
Okay.
And then I put my feet on the rope and got a quick 1, 2, 3, and Tito came out and stooged me off, but I still got, I still had the belt.
Yeah.
And because they didn't want to switch it back to Tito yet. But eventually I dropped it to him in Baltimore, I think. But yeah, Baltimore, Maryland. But then that's where I grabbed the belt, beat it up after he beat me. But then me and Big Cape became the World Tag Team Champions in Philadelphia, beating Barry Windham and Mike Rotundo. Had a great run with him not against Rotundo, because I think Barry Windham got mad and left. So we wrestled the British Bulldogs. Great guys. We had some great matches with them. We had a long run with them too, probably a year and a half with the British Bulldogs.
Yeah, I like
So WrestleMania 2, we finally dropped the belts back. We dropped the belts to the Bulldogs.
So WrestleMania 2, then you were tag team.
Yeah.
Because I knew one of them. I wouldn't know. I didn't know if there's one or two where you.
WrestleMania 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
WrestleMania 3, we were still on the tight. Me and Bruce, because we chased the Bulldogs to get our belts back. But we sold out with those. We had some fantastic, stiff matches, but some fantastic matches with those guys. Really good. I'd rather, tag teams, I could do it. I'd rather be on my own.
Yeah.
But with Brutus, it was good because I was more experienced and he followed me. So he was a good runner.
So as long as you can work with somebody. Yeah. Haystack.
I wrestled Haystack. Yeah, he sat on me a couple times.
Did he? Yeah.
Yeah.
How was he to wrestle, though?
No, a couple times I wrestled. I think it was in Dallas, someplace. Somewhere in Texas. He just sat on me. And he can't wrestle some guy.
Yeah, when they're that big. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. People loved him, though.
Yeah.
He'd come out, he had the cowbell on his chest. Bing, bing, bing.
Yeah.
I wrestled a lot of fat guys. Uncle Elmer, remember that guy?
Yeah. Now that you say it, yeah. Yeah, sure do.
Oh, my God. And they were trying to push it big time. Uncle Elmer, and I forget who his partner was, cousin Luke or something. So it was me and Beefcake against him, and George Scott comes up, he goes, I want you to go out, beat that son of a bitch right in the middle of the ring with the elbow. Because I couldn't put the finish for it.
Yeah, it's too big.
I want you to beat that son of a bitch. Because they were mad at him. So I beat him. Then he was gone.
Did you wrestle Andre?
Yeah. But usually it was battle royals, right? One time I did wrestle him by myself. It was in a town called Elizabeth, New Jersey. It was a big college. I didn't even know I was wrestling him. And I walked in and I saw the card and it says Ray Valentine against Andre the Giant. I go, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
I'm going to wrestle Andre. And I loved Andre. I went to Japan and stuff with him. And I loved him. But a couple times in battle royals, I used to sneak up behind him and I'd hit him real bad. Hit him real hard on his back. He'd turn around.
Get mad.
He saw me, right? Just a love tap, probably. He still pissed him off. So when I wrestled in Elizabeth, New Jersey, I'm looking at him. He gets in the ring. Now he's been back in the dressing room with Otto Skolin playing cribbage. And he's drinking wine. He's drinking bottles up like little beer bottles, but they're big.
Yeah, they have.
Beaujolais, it was called. He's drinking his wine. By the time he got to the ring, he's in plaster, right? So he he gets in a ring, and he looks at me, and I look at him, and he goes, he called everybody boss. Right? He goes, "What's wrong with you, boss?" And I'm sitting there. So I'm trying to hook up with him or something. How the hell do you hook up with a guy there? And he just squished me in the corner. And then he sat on me in the corner. When he farted on me in the corner. And the people at ringside, they heard him fart. He went, oh. That's the one time I wrestled him.
Yeah, I've heard he liked to
fart.
Yeah,
I remember being like I said, I went to Japan with him a bunch. So he's a great guy. I love him. I was sad when he passed away. But we'd be on these bullet trains in Japan, and he'd be in the back, I'd be in the front, whatever. We just sat where we could. He got his ass back up against the back here, the back of the car, and he let a big old fart. And all the Japanese people, they go, they didn't say nothing in unison. And I'm up in the front laughing. Oh, he was, oh. I had a funny story. I always hung out with him, and we'd go to these Japanese steakhouses and Japanese sushi places, and then we trying to think, it was like, what the hell was the name of this? But anyway, we get out and try to get a cab back to Kyoto Hotel, and they'd look at Andre and they'd take off. So I'd have Andre hides, and I flagged a cab down, and then Andre would come out, and then the cab guy goes, "Oh, no. He'd jump in the car and start to take off, and Andre would grab the bumper and pull it up, and the wheels are going like this. The cab driver would take off running.
He actually picked the back end up.
Yes.
Wow.
And we're going like that. Wow.
Yeah.
That was like a scene from some movie. So finally we got a bus that got us a van, and to get us right back to the hotel. But we had, God, I went to Japan 3 times with them. Great. I loved Andre.
How's Japan compared to here, as far as the crowd's reactions, the way they act?
You know what? They were a fantastic crowd, but they never said nothing.
Just sat there.
Yeah. The only time this one guy jumped off the top rope, this guy raised up his knee and his cheek fell out, and they laughed.
They took that, eh?
They laughed about that, and they showed time to me. And there was this other guy named Tiger Jeet Singh from Canada, Indian guy. He'd come out and chase him, and he had this big long whip or something. He hit him with the whip. He hit these people with the whip, and it's crazy. A whole different breed over there, you know? Wow.
Now, North Korea, or no, where the match was, I know that Flair went over there.
I never went to Korea.
I think you're trying to think of the name of it. It's North and South. I guess it'd been North Korea then.
Yeah.
Where they weren't allowed to even leave the rooms, only to when they went to the
Flair was
match.
a world champion, so he probably went there.
Yeah.
I never went. They asked me if I wanted to go one time, and I go, no. Because I heard about them.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
They locked you up, but couldn't come out.
I was wondering if you went. Yeah.
No, I never went there. Japan was beautiful. They loved Americans, you know. I guess that we dropped the bomb on them.
Yeah, they're going to be nice now.
Now they're gonna be nice.
Strap match.
They loved Americans.
Yeah.
And they copied us, and they loved. My dad went over there for his cripple for Noki, I always went to Anoki, so he's since passed away, but he was wrestling with all the top guys. And it was very,
Not a strap match.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you've been in them.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to think. I was in the Indian strap match in New York with Jay Strongbow.
Strong. Is that when you broke his leg?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was something. Now, how many legs you break?
Oh, supposedly. Jay Strongbow was my first victim. Then Tito Santana. There's somebody else down there. I'm missing somebody. Well, Wahoo.
Wahoo.
But I couldn't put the figure four leg on, a leg lock on, because he had these. He's an ex-football player, New York Jets, Miami Dolphins. He had these big tree trunk legs. I'm looking at it. We tried it back in the dressing. I couldn't put it on. So I did this step over thing. Look, he fell backward. I broke his ankle. He got over. So then I came out with his shirt. I broke Wahoo's leg.
Yeah, I
Iconic shirt.
I remember that, yeah.
Made a lot of money with Wahoo. Oh my God, but he was dangerous. He come out all coked up and shit. Sorry, he's passed away, so. Yeah, everybody did a little coke.
Why was he dangerous? Just the way he wrestled?
Well, he got all
didn't care?
coked up and he just throw those chops all over, right in my face, and they stood on the chest, right in my face. I still got scars. In fact, I just went to the skin doctor not too long ago to get those scars taken away.
Smacks that hard, eh?
It turned into like cancer.
Wow.
Not dangerous cancer.
Yeah.
It's called basal or something. And they cut all that out, but it's like just a few days ago, too. But for 20 years, I had that scar on my chest I started looking at. But yeah, he beat on me. Oh, but then sometimes he throw so many chops, he hit me in the face. And I loved the guy, though. He made a lot of money with him. He's a good man. So that was Wahoo again. That's three guys. There's somebody else in there that broke his leg.
I loved that when you wore that shirt, though.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
And I got some in my house. I should have brought you one.
Oh, that'd be
Everybody, I could send you one. Everybody loves that shirt. When I go out and do these autograph things at Comic Cons and stuff.
Yeah.
The other day I did one in LA and they were asking for that Wahoo shirt. I didn't bring one, So next time I will.
It was WWWF. Mm-hmm. Now, did you wrestle for them during that period when there was?
Yeah, 79 to 85. It was WWF.
And is that where that lawsuit come in from the wildlife?
Well,
It made them change it?
First it was WW. That was 3 W's there.
Yes.
Then they switched it to WWF. That was around 85. Then the lawsuit came in from, I don't think it was really a lawsuit, but they were like,
Made them change it.
we had it. And Vince just didn't want, it was World Wildlife Federation, but it was out of England,
Okay.
United Kingdom.
Yeah.
And they didn't want they didn't want Vince to use that. They were the first to have that. So that's when they switched it to WWE. I hated that, but now I'm used to it. WWE, I'm used to it.
Yeah,
But I didn't. I like WWF the best.
that's what I tell people. If I go to say something,
Yeah.
it's usually WWF.
Yeah, I love WWF. But WWE, and then it's called World Wrestling Entertainment. I didn't like that.
Yes.
So then he exposed wrestling as because they were trying to get it to pay all these extra fees and everything, promote wrestling. So he just came out and said, wrestling is it's fixed or it's pre-planned. So that bullshit. After I go around for 15 years, hitting people really hard and having them hit me really hard. And then you get out there, Vince, and tell them it's all work, it's all fixed. That pissed me off.
Yeah.
Really
Well,
did.
wrestling back then is different. You don't see a match go for an hour anymore.
Yeah,
I don't even do that.
I wrestled hard. A lot of times after they changed that, went to WWE, they tell me, okay, now go out there, but don't go all fucking day. You're on television. And I hated that because I like to go home when I wanted to. But TV is different. But then in house shows, they're telling me to go home quicker too. I didn't like that because I like to tell a story. And it'd take me 20 minutes to get warmed up.
Back then, how scripted was it compared to like now?
We knew what the end was going to be, who was going to go over, who was going to win. In case the people out there don't know what over means. We just knew that. I would go over the figure four or catch a quick hold on somebody, but I never planned none of that shit out. I didn't like that.
Well, that's like I saw an interview with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Oh, he's
and he actually said 161 moves in a match, and he started telling them.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's a lot to have to remember if you're actually doing that.
Yeah. Well, I wrestled Steamboat a lot. He was a great guy. And we never even talked, We knew what the finish was going to be. And it was all, here's the word, ad lib. That's what I always did. And that way it looks more real.
Yeah.
And then the punches and the chops I threw, that was real. And some of these guys I had a couple guys get mad and punch me really hard because they didn't like it. And I just end up hitting them right back, fuck that, We're going to work hard. I'd get them down, I'd wrestle, work a hold, If the people started yelling boring, I say, fuck you,
Do you have a match in particular where it really turned into a fight?
Most of my matches didn't turn into a fight because they were scared of me.
Okay. Yeah. I can see why, man.
I had one guy, it was me and Flair on Raleigh TV, North Carolina against, I can't even remember this guy's name, but I was hitting him really hard because that's just the way he ended up punching me really hard in the face. And Flair's, get him, Greg. So I, boom, 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 I got back to him, but it was bullshit. Oh, Gene Anderson chewed the guy out. What the hell was that for? That's the way he works. So, most of the time, that's the way I worked. And if they didn't like it, then don't get in the ring with me.
Get to know each other and know what moves.
Yeah. I mean, I try not to I never hit anybody real hard in the face. It was just chops. One time I had to hit Wahoo right in the face because he was all plastered and beating me up bad. So, bam!
Let him have it.
I go, gee, I got a pretty good punch there. So, I loved Wahoo. I loved all the guys that I worked with. My God. Tito was great. He had these big knuckles and he'd potato me. We call them potatoes. He'd hit me hard with these big knuckles he had. Another guy I got to put over was Rugged Ronnie Garvin. I did a lot of matches with him, and there were some potatoes thrown back and forth. Oh my God. Great guy though. Great guy. The Garvin stomp. He used to get me down and he'd stomp me all over.
Yeah.
Remember that? Oh.
Yeah.
And they weren't loose either. He stomped on you hard. Great guy, Ronnie Garvin. I just saw him not too long ago.
What is the worst you got hurt?
Nobody really hurt me. I was coming out of the ring at an outdoor match in Chicago, some outdoor stadium where it was a soccer stadium, but we wrestled the Nasty Boys, me and Beefcake. and I step on a step to get out of the ring. The match was already over, and the step broke on me, and it ripped. I still got a scar from that. It ripped my quad, but it just hung on that far. I was lucky. It didn't go all the way up here.
Yeah.
Then they had to cut my leg open to pull it down.
Yeah.
But that was the worst. That was just a accident.
So that's the only time you say had an accident, you got hurt,
Yeah.
is it?
That was like it took me, they had, oh my God, so I went back home and got it operated on, and I sued in Chicago. I'm trying to think of the name of the park, but I sued them, and they paid for all the expenses. It was a $100,000 operation, and they took care of it. And plus they paid my bills and that for about a year because I was out of work. So 1 year I had to keep my legs straight. I had to keep my legs straight for a friggin' year with a crutch, but I still drove. I would drive with a crutch and everything. Then the second year, they'd start rehabbing me. So they start bending it, you know. Man, I took another year. And then
So
finally
you
I
were
got
off all
it
this
bent.
time, eh?
Yeah, I was off, but they paid me. I got a good lawyer out of Milwaukee. It happened in Chicago, but I had a good lawyer in Milwaukee. And so they had to pay my bills. So then I'd start bending it the second year. Then the third year was rehab. So I get in there and go on the machines and stuff. And after 3 years, I was over. I got over it. I actually got back in the ring, but I was scared. So I retired. I said, I can't. I wanted to do a few independent shows, but I couldn't, I was
What year was that?
Jeez. It was,
Because I saw somewhere where it said you wrestled till 2019.
no, that's wrong.
Wikipedia is wrong.
No, that's wrong.
You can't always trust
Wikipedia is
yourself.
full of shit.
Yeah.
They
I
have
tried
my
to watch
birthday
it.
is 1951. It's 1949. But that's okay. It makes me 2 years younger. But yeah, Wikipedia, and they say my name is really John Wisniewski, and that's not it. That's my dad's name.
I saw that. On
Yeah.
I fell into that. I interviewed Danny Cogan here, Counting Cars.
Uh-huh.
And his birthday was wrong. His birthplace was wrong.
Yeah. But so 2004, I got back in the ring and I worked a little bit, but I was always scared because of that leg, right?
Yeah.
So 2004, they put me in the Hall of Fame. Then after that, I did a few independent shows and stuff, and it just wasn't the same. I was always worried about that leg. I'm not worried about it now. I run a mile every night. Well, I walk and run a little bit. Doesn't hurt me at all anymore, but it wasn't the same. So I officially, and my wife, Julie, she said, you need to get out of the ring. You don't need, but I loved wrestling,
Yeah.
I'd have these guys talk me into it, but it wasn't the same. It was independent shows, and so I did a few, but not. That's wrong. 2018. That's wrong.
2019, I think.
No,
Said.
that's wrong. I quit wrestling. Where did it say?
Yeah, I've come to find out Wikipedia, man, you
Yeah.
can't trust most of what it says.
Well, 2004 was when they put me in the Hall of Fame. And I go, you know what? It's time for me to quit. They would say, what would it cost to get you to wrestle? And I go, $100,000. And they left me alone after
Yeah, I
that.
bet.
Give me $100,000 up front and I'll do it. Yeah, I didn't hear from them anymore.
No, I bet.
So there might have been a few where, I can't remember, but definitely not. I moved out here to Vegas in 2018 or 19, And I wasn't wrestling anymore by then.
And that was from Florida.
Yeah, from Florida.
Yeah.
From the Tampa Bay area. We live in a town called Seminole, Florida. So, and then I lived on the beach for a while. But it was my wife, Julie's. She wanted to come to Vegas because she loved Las Vegas. I said, let's do it. So I love it out here. I got
I
a house.
do too. You don't have no humidity. Florida would kill me.
Oh,
The humidity down there.
I was so tired, and then we had all kinds of storms. I had this big, beautiful house there, and a storm blew off the roof off, and I had to pay a bunch of money. Insurance only covered part of it. Now I guess the insurance ain't covering anything anymore. Yeah, of those LA fires, it wouldn't.
Yeah.
It's bullshit, you know. Why even get insurance? They're not going to cover it.
No, that's...
So, yeah, my house. So I lived in a condo for a while. And I had a couple, I was investing in real estate, and I had a couple of condos that I didn't have hurricane insurance. Back then they had it, and this big hurricane wiped me out. So I had one condo that I still lived in. I sold it and got out of that. So
I wouldn't want to have to deal with no hurricane, that's for sure.
that's why, one of the reasons we left. We had a condo that we were living on Indian Rocks Beach, or Reddington Beach, and there was always these storms coming, and they would come by and make you evacuate.
Well, that's a little...
And then we went to Orlando, and then the storm turned and came to Orlando.
That's like the last season. I come right up in there.
God.
It tore everything up over there. I felt bad for them people.
Yeah.
One comes through, and then a couple of weeks later...
I loved living in Florida all those years, 32 years, but I think the storms just got worse, you know. And they had a bad one not a couple of years ago. It was terrible. So...
I just had two names come to head. The Mighty Igor.
Yeah, I remember Mighty Igor. Never worked with him, but he was in Detroit.
Yeah. That's where I remember one time he come to my school.
Nice guy.
And he wrestled. Yeah, I mean, he was all about kids and, you know.
Ivan Putski did that gimmick for a while.
Yeah, being goofy and all that.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was like it. But when you're younger and seeing it, you just, hey, big kid, you know.
Yeah, he was a good fellow.
Now, if I pronounce it right, Pompero Firpo.
Yeah, with the wild hair.
Yeah.
So he was in Detroit. Are you from Detroit originally?
Yes.
Okay, so he had that wild hair, and he'd scream and yell. He was
act all crazy.
How about Bull Curry?
Who?
Bull Curry. Fred Curry's.
Yeah, I know the name. I can't figure it out.
He had a wild eyebrows, and he was one of those crazy guys, the hair all over his body.
You never wrestled either one of those?
No.
No.
So when me and Fargo were together, we wrestled, of course, the Funks, and up in Buffalo, we wrestled Tony Parisi and Dominic DeNucci, and then one time in Pittsburgh, we were the main event. The Fargos against Bruno Sammartino and Dominic DeNucci. So I wrestled Bruno a few times.
I was just getting ready to ask you if you wrestled.
I wrestled Bruno when I was a single in New York, Madison Square Garden, and also Boston Garden. But he wouldn't let me do anything. He just held me down.
Really?
A headlock. Pissed me off. I know Bruno's passed away now, but...
What kind of guy was he?
I didn't, you know, he was a big egomaniac. I guess that's what you call it.
Yeah.
He had the belt too long. He didn't know how to work. He had, you know, but he was Italian, and they loved him, and predominantly Italian, New York and Boston. So as soon as they got off the ship, the Italians would settle in New York or Boston or wherever on the East Coast. And so I had a couple matches with him, but my dad, Johnny Valentine, couldn't stand Bruno.
Really?
Because my dad thought he should have been the world champion, but they...
Do you have a match that comes to mind that would you would say was one of your best, or a match you liked? Yeah.
They were all good. Oh, I tried to make them all good.
Yeah.
There's some on the YouTube. All these matches I had with Tito. I mean, not just one, but they're on
Yeah.
YouTube still.
Yeah.
They're fabulous matches. And the matches with myself and Beefcake against the Bulldogs are some great matches.
Well, didn't you and Tito a cage match?
Yeah, Baltimore. That's where I dropped the IC belt.
Okay.
And then I grabbed hold of the belt and beat it up.
Yeah.
They told me to do that
Yeah.
because they were giving him a new belt anyway. So it was good. Got my heat back right away.
Yeah.
But those are my favorite matches, the Bulldogs, and the matches I had Ronnie Garvin. Oh my God, we beat the hell out of each other. There was no crybabies in that match. I actually enjoyed pain. I didn't like breaking my leg that one time.
Yeah.
You know, when I dropped off the step and tore that, boy, that hurt like a son of a bitch. But I enjoyed pain. I did. Because I know the people believe it. I wanted those people to believe in it. If they didn't believe that,
Yep.
the other people, at least they believe my matches.
I asked the Honky Tonk Man the other day about fake. What do you feel when people say it's fake wrestling?
Well, yeah, I don't like that at all because it's not fake.
No.
You know, fake would be hitting somebody and missing them like that, like they do in movies.
Yeah.
You know, like in a movie, a guy will hit and they'll take a bump like that. They never touch him.
Never touch him,
We
yeah.
touch each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that word at all.
I
despise that word.
somebody says that to me. I
That
was like,
pisses
no,
me
man.
off. That pisses me
Yeah.
off. I want to get him in a ring and crank him. You know?
Say here, let me
Here,
do
let me
this to
throw
you.
one chomp
Yeah.
on your chest.
See how much you like it.
See how you like that?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
call that fake, motherfucker?
Yeah.
Excuse my French.
Oh, you're fine. Hey, it was like when I met you. I told you were the baddest motherfucker that ever laced up boots, and I meant it.
Oh, thank
You
you.
know, I always liked you down through the years. I'm honored to even do this interview.
Well, I enjoyed it. I'm glad you pulled me. You're just now starting these podcasts, and I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad
I'm 11 months into it. I have been Road Dogg since
How did you
98.
get that name? How did you get that name?
A guy that was on tour playing for Vince Neil. Vince came to Detroit. I originally started out doing photos, Rock City photos. I was doing, the
So
band.
you're a rock and roller then.
Yeah,
Do you
band.
play any instruments?
I used to play drums, but I can't do it no more. My knees and
yeah.
I went down on my bike 2 years ago, and I still haven't got my operation.
So you rode a bike. Ooh,
I still
you still like it?
occasionally,
Yeah.
but down in Bullhead, it's hell down there right now. 118, 120, 121. You can't get out and ride a bike in that.
Wow.
They want me to get a knee replacement, which I'm not.
That's
gonna,
a tough deal.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it right now.
That's a
And then I
tough deal.
need the shoulder done.
See,
I've
these
had
are all
this
from
one 3 times.
These are all from motorcycle accidents.
This was from
Yeah.
this last motorcycle. Now, 1980, though, I was going down the road, had a lady cut me off, and I hit her in the front end.
Oh.
Went on top, went under the front of her car, and I'm under the car, and she backed up, trying to get out of the
So
way.
that's where you get your name Road Dogg, because you're on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, what happened, Tony West is what his name is, and he told me one day, he said, I'm not calling you Don anymore. I'm like, why not? He said, because you're a Road Dogg Leonard Skinner motherfucker. And I was like, man, I drove truck for 34 years, semi. And I was like, no, please, do not call me Road Dogg, because there's so many of them out there driving
that
trucks.
drive trucks,
I just
right.
didn't. And
Well, it suits you, though.
yeah, but there was no getting away from
But you
it.
got that last name to it now. Road Dogg. And what is it? What's your...
My last name?
Yeah.
Jenkins.
Yeah, Road Dogg.
Yeah. Yeah, but mine, unfortunately, is spelt like the Road Dogs, the wrestler, but mine's all one and his is split in between the D's.
Those are good. They wrestled in WWF.
Yeah.
I
He
never,
was,
you know, I
he was
never
part
met
of
those.
all that, you know.
Oh, with the X-Pac?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was long gone after that. Suck it. You know?
Yeah. I kind of liked that back then.
I saw X-Pac in L.A. He was one of the guys that started it. He's not that big of a guy, but he's strong. I wrestled him one time. He's strong as hell.
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels.
Have you wrestled him?
Yeah, when they were the Rockers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't wrestled him. I don't think I wrestled him single, no. Good, great worker.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he, I know he's still there and he's,
Oh, he's there. He's got a friggin' job.
what do they call it? Evolution? No, yeah, Evolution.
He's got a
Bringing
job
him up,
backstage.
yeah.
He got a job backstage. But,
Vince McMahon.
So I loved Vince McMahon for years. His father and the son. His father passed away. But he's different now. I don't know how he is now.
The reason I asked,
Yeah.
Netflix has a 8-part show. I think.
Yeah,
8 or
I
6.
watched part of it.
And man, I mean, they went pretty dark with him.
Yeah.
Women and
All that. Yeah. I don't even want to talk about it.
yeah.
But I mean, that's not the same Vince I know.
Okay, all right.
He must have went a little wacko, you know. I mean, you get all that kinds of money, and then you got to experiment with weird shit. You know, I feel bad that he came to that, but I guess, you know, he's paying all those people off. You know, and I guess a lot of that stuff could be made up, but
Yeah.
he's weird. He's changed a lot.
Well, I guess he's got another wrestling.
I heard,
He's bought into something. I think AEW or
not AEW. No, I don't know what he's doing. He's doing something, but I'm with WWE. I still
yeah.
get royalties from them, so I'm sure Vince still owns a big part of it. He's not gonna let that go.
He's gone though. I mean, you don't see him anymore, and
Yeah.
I myself particularly don't like what Triple H is doing, and some of or whoever's doing the storylines now. You know, it's
I don't watch it. I can't watch it. I watch WrestleMania, that once a year thing, you know.
Yeah, I went
watched
this year.
Did you hear Vegas?
yeah. I always
was that?
I always wanted to go, and I was
So
disappointed.
you finally went.
Yeah.
You were
And
disappointed.
I was disappointed. I didn't like the whole Cody Rhodes and John Cena and the way the belt turned hands. And then now they've got John Cena as a heel. Come on. But
It's not the wrestling compared to the '80s. It ain't shit compared to the '80s.
I mean, back then, like I said a little while ago, hour matches, there's 45 minutes, you know. I remember being a kid, 1 hour time limit, you know, and you don't get that anymore.
Well, they got so now you got guys jumping off the top rope and
Yeah.
they don't sell nothing. It's like it's not wrestling. It's like high spots, you know, and running all over the place in the ring. It's not believable. So the '80s was believable.
Yeah. Wrestling has changed so much.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a big, I mean, they still get great ratings. And so now they're on, what, Netflix now?
Yeah.
And
Monday Night Raw. Yeah.
I just went out, they called me to go out for, this like 6 months ago, I was on Saturday night's main event, was on NBC.
Yep.
I went out there and just,
Hi.
maybe, they put it down the ringside.
Yeah.
But they paid me well, and I still get royalties from them. So God bless them, you know.
Yeah.
But I can't watch. I will watch WrestleMania, but I can't watch the weekly shows.
What did you
I do
think
get
of this year?
Netflix. I do watch Netflix because I have that at home.
What did you think of WrestleMania this year?
I didn't watch that one.
You didn't watch it? Okay. Yeah, I just like that.
I did this thing. I did autographs for 4 days.
Yeah.
At WrestleCon.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So I enjoyed doing that. And I still talk to a lot of people from WWE, but the wrestling part, I can't watch it.
Yeah.
All I have to say, I mean, is it any good at all? Is there some matches you like?
I do watch Friday Night SmackDown. I do.
Okay. What network's that
this
on?
for years.
USA?
Pardon me?
Is that on USA Network?
I think it's still with them.
I just stream at home now. I get Netflix and I get all my stuff is streaming. I got away from the cable. I just didn't like it anymore.
I watch it. I guess there's certain women, and I heard your interview before of what you said about.
I'm not gonna say nothing bad about. You know what? I take what I said years ago about it, but I've watched some of the women now, and shit, their matches are better than the guys.
Rhea Ripley. I like Rhea Ripley.
So I take it back from what I said before. I didn't, I said something stupid like they should stay home and take care of. Yeah, but I take all that. I apologize for that because that was wrong for me to say that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize women could be that good in the ring, and they are real good. So my apologies for that.
I've never was big with it. I'm not going to say they need to be somewhere
Yeah, I'm not
else,
a fan, but
I'm not a big fan of
A couple of years ago, I watched WrestleMania somewhere, and the guy had him on, and so I watched, and the girls' match was entertaining as hell. They were really good. So they weren't. When I said that statement, they weren't good like that.
When you watch a match, I don't know, me, I watch a match between women, and it just seems like you can see them messing up moves, and it don't look real to me. I'm more old school, I guess.
Yeah.
My problem.
I enjoy watching girls softball.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all good. I really enjoy this.
Thank you.
The conversation. It's great. Great.
Well, I appreciate you coming. Thank you so very much, man.
Well, it was nice and easy. I didn't have to get on an airplane to come and see us.
Yeah, I live close enough.
Yeah, so.
Well, like I said, we'll wrap it up. Seeing we got a battery going out over there.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it, and all the fans out there. I enjoyed doing this interview with the Road Dogg, and thank you so much for having me come down.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Peace, love, dog out.
Peace, love. Yes.